Hey everyone, happy President's Day. I am Anthony Scott of ToyHypeUSA.com. Today we are reviewing the Predator 2 Ultimate Guardian Predator figure from NECA Toys. He is packaged in a window box with an opening flap, and on the cover there you see some phenomenal artwork of the Guardian Predator facing off against numerous alien xenomorph figures. There's one right there, and you see in the background there's three others, which is, or I should say four others. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, and one on the right there. So he is vastly outnumbered, but it's great artwork, and I'm really loving what I'm seeing here. Side of the box, you see the Predator 2 logo, as well as his name, Ultimate Guardian Predator. You also see some additional artwork here, such as a human skull and a spine right here. Looks like perhaps a trophy room. That's very nicely done. And there's a look at the other side. This side has the 30th anniversary logo applied to it. And of course the back, you see some images of the figure, additional figures that are offered in the Predator 2 line, and a brief description. So let's take a closer look at that, giving you guys a look there. And here's a closer look at the figure images, the back of the box here. On here, you see all the names of all the great people at NECA Toys responsible for bringing him together. These are some of the most talented people in the biz. Here's a look at the window box with an opening flap. The opening flap gives you a look at the Guardian Predator, and there's a look at him inside the box, inside a plastic tray, along with all of his accessories. Here's a look at both of his plastic trays. As you can see, this one on the left here has the Guardian Predator, and there's accessories on top as well as the bottom. The one on the right has the staff and various blast effects that we're going to take a closer look at. So what I'm going to do now is take him out of the tray, and let's take a closer look. Here is your in-hand look at the Ultimate Guardian Predator figure. He features the new Ultimate body type, and this is a fantastic sculpt. You see all that great sculpted detail and armor and the textures and everything on the skin, including that fishnet that's sculpted over the skin there. We've seen the Ultimate type sculpts offered before, especially under the Lost Tribe Predator offerings from NECA, and this one's definitely really one of the most fantastic ones I've seen, especially with some of the new interchangeable accessories that we're going to take a closer look at. So here we have a closer look at the sculpt. He has the computer, which opens up, and you see the timer. It's lit up there. Those numbers right there in red. Let's turn them around. There's a couple of loose parts, such as this pouch right here and this one here, which you see my hand moving. Let's take a look at the feet down here. So the armor, you see all that nice painted wash on there. It looks worn, it looks dirty, battle damaged, and they did a really nice job painting it. I also want to show you guys the forearm here. There's a couple of parts that can plug in right here, which we're going to take a closer look at. But I just want to give you a look what it looks like bare like that. The head sculpt, brand new for this release. The mask is not removable, but there's definitely some great sculpted detail and likeness going on here. The shoulder-mounted plasma cannon is also attached, and you can move it around a little bit as shown. But unfortunately, you can't raise it up more, as it's mostly on a swivel joint. So that's the one drawback here. He also has a soft plastic shoulder guard up here, which can't be lowered. That's stuck in that position there. And let's take a look at the back of the head. You see the hair with the beads on there. And you see a little bit of the attention to detail on the head here. Again, this mask is not removable, but he does come with an interchangeable head sculpt that we're also going to be taking a closer look at. This piece here is also loose fitting around his waist, so there's your look there. One thing about this figure that's going to be familiar with you is this adjustable blade that can go in and out as shown, just as we've seen with so many other Predator figures before him. The Guardian Predator includes an unmasked head sculpt, which you see here. The head sculpt is painted in the same deco as the rest of the body and fits in very nicely. So let's take a closer look at that. Has the same great sculpted details and likeness as other unmasked head sculpts, and they did a great job on it. So if you're noticing, I went ahead and put on this piece back here, which can be swapped out with this smaller one here. So there's your look there. And I also went ahead and put on this piece here before you saw it without a piece on there, and this can come out. You just want to be careful. There you go. So there's your closer look at it, and that can be swapped out with this piece right here. So this has also been seen with other Predator figures. And there's your look there. Looks like it's a little blade or something sticking up. The Guardian Predator also includes an open and closed spear, which you see the closed one in his left hand here. It's the same as previously offered before, with some great paint applications. He also includes a disc, which is right there in the holster. And I also went ahead and swapped out one of the interchangeable hands on his right wrist here. So that's your look there. Just be careful when you switch it out, as this extended blade is on the fragile side, so you just want to be extra careful when swapping out the hands here. Here's a look at the open spear. It's very similar at the center to the closed one, which you see his hand holding on to there. However, this one is the extended one, and by now you should pretty much know what to expect as far as this. Both the tips are very fragile, so when you take it out of the packaging, just be extra careful, because these are attached like this, and you could end up breaking it. So just be extra aware of that. The paint applications and sculpting, very nicely done. It's always a great accessory for any Predator figure. Here's a closer look at his closed smart disc, which you see in his left hand there. This hand has the fingers sculpted apart so that they can fit through the holes. And if you're noticing, I also went ahead and swapped out the other one with this particular hand sculpt as well. The smart disc, same as previously offered, no differences, and it's always a great accessory. The other one is the open smart disc, and that will go on the same way as well. Just very carefully find some fingers to put it through, And there you go. So that's your look at it there. It's painted in the same deco as the armor with a paint wash, and they did a great job on it. The Guardian Predator also includes some blast effects. This one is attached to his shoulder-mounted cannon, which you can see here. This has been seen before with other Predator figures, and it just snaps in as shown. So this is very easy to take on and off. The Guardian Predator also comes with a retracted arm cannon, which you can see in his arm right there. The way this works is that you take off the left hand and you plug in the arm cannon as shown. You can still see part of the forearm right underneath there. The arm cannon has the same great sculpted detail as other Predator figures, and they did a really nice job on here. Just look at those great paint applications, paint washes. Really happy with how this came out. This end piece right here is how you plug in another blast effect that we're going to take a look at. So here's a closer look at that. And of course, let's take a look at the bottom just to give you guys a look. So with this blast effect, this is the largest one that comes with him. And you see how the shape is right there. So you're going to want to pay attention to how you put it on, and it's going to stay on just like that. This is a great effect piece, also great paint applications and a wash, and they did a really nice job on it. Just beware, makes him a tiny bit heavier, so you're going to want to balance out his ankles a little bit. Here's a look at all of his blast effects. 3 are attached to the arm cannon, and the other 2 smaller ones attached to the back as shown. The way this works is that these are small, and there's also a certain way to do it. You see how this is sculpted and everything. So you're just going to want to plug it in as shown. There's your look there. And once it's in there, it stays in pretty well. It's pretty secure. And just as I said, this arm cannon is a tiny bit top heavy, so make sure to position his ankles and legs in the right way so he can hold it up. Overall, the Guardian Predator is a great figure, highly recommended, and I think you guys will definitely love him. Thank you again to NECA Toys for providing him for review. Greatly appreciated. I am Anthony Scott of ToyHypeUSA.com. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more coverage.